missed out on today's events will be able to come and watch it. Let me start the recording. Start recording. Not working. There it is. Okay. So now at this time, we ask you to please mute your mics for the best viewing experience. Otherwise, feedback could interfere with the presentation we'll be sharing with you today. Without further ado, here is the prep program with their presentation on Prep to Rank.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Luis Ratz, and I am a Prep Guidance Assistant at Valle Verde campus. With me today is going to be Pablo Rivera, who is our Program Advisor at Misión del Paso. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, Luis.
Okay. We're waiting for our PowerPoint to kick up. Well, let me tell you what the Prep program is all about. Prep is in a 17-year at El Paso Community College. Wow, can't believe it. 17 years. I remember when we started, I had one of those fancy phones. It used to flip, and that's all it did. Well, the reason we started was because back then, 98% of all students entering college ended up in at least one developmental course. And we know that the longer a student is in a developmental course, the greater the chance that that student would leave the college. The prep program was created to help students prepare for the placement exam. At our present time, we are staffed by 8 advisors that serve all 5 campuses, as well as a prep lab that is at our Valle Verde campus. Now, the placement exam has changed over the years, but the need for help has always been a factor for those students just graduating from high school, as well for those students returning to school after being out for some years. You know, the program and its focus on student success has been a factor. And one of the things that the prep program did was winning the Texas Higher Education Board Star Award for its innovative program and the impact on the students entering college. Pablo, you got the second? There you go. That being said, PREP has expanded its purpose not only in helping incoming or returning students prepare to take the placement exam, but also those programs that require students to pass a certain area of the TSI to enter that program, as well as health occupation programs that require their students to rank to enter the program. How can PREP assist you? Well, we offer diagnostic testing in reading and math. If you're not sure how ready you are to test, this makes a good tool to gauge your readiness, as well for us to identify the areas that you need help with. We have been approached by early college high schools to test their incoming freshmen before they take the TSI. It allows them to focus their efforts on those areas the students are weak in. We also offer boot camps. Boot camps are 3-day or 4-day sessions with our faculty members and are recommended for those students who are retesting and need to improve a few points to exit developmental areas, and for those students that need to maximize their scores for ranking purpose. Also, PREP offers our online tutorial services, a self-paced tutorial program that allows you to take more time in preparing to test one or more areas of the TSI, and if you're ranking for nursing, for the TEAS test. In these times of COVID-19, we have not been able to do what we do in a face-to-face manner, so we have to rely on our great online resources. we offer information on our services through Blackboard Ultra or online support. Like I said earlier, not only incoming or returning students can utilize our services, but those programs at PCC that require their students to pass a specific area of the TSI to enter their programs. Which include programs like culinary arts, biotechnology, sign language, phlebotomy, and cosmetology. Those programs require usually students to pass the reading part of the TSI to get in, because at the end of their program, they will have to apply for a license. Also, health programs require their students to enter their programs, like dental assistant, dental hygiene, diagnostic medical sonography, health information management, medical assisting technology, medical laboratory technology, nursing, yay, pharmacy tech, physical therapy assistant, radiologic technology, respiratory care, surgical technology, and vocational nursing. Based on our years of experience, helping our students on this is what we recommend. What you need to do? Well, first, start early. Don't wait a month, a week, or a day before you are testing to ask for help. If you're ranking, start early. 6 months before, if possible, and test one subject at a time. Focus on your efforts on one area. Talk to your counselor. They can give you the necessary information and the steps needed to enter school or to enter the health occupation programs you are interested in. If you need prerequisite courses to enter a health occupation program, make sure you have the time and the effort needed to get a great grade, because it will impact your ability to enter that program. Use all of our resources. Student Success Program has great tutors available online to help you. They help you with your course, form study groups, and share information. And of course, use or prep resources to study. Okay? This is very important. We want you to be the best you can, and PCC is the best place to study. Believe it or not, our health occupation programs are regarded as one of the best in the city. And I can vouch for that. I've been in the hospital this year, and you can see the difference between our students who are doing their presentations, their health at the hospitals, and there is a very great difference between the way EPC student treats you versus one from one of the other colleges, UTEP, Texas Tech. We are the greatest. I will now pass the floor to Pablo. If you have any questions, I will be in the chat room to answer them. Pablo?
Okay, thank you, Luis. And I'm going to continue with what we do as far as the interface that the students use, the Edgenuity tutorials. But I want to go ahead and mention, something about diagnostic testing. This is available for math and reading placement, and it's a very good tool to measure if you're college ready or not. If you're not college ready, then the diagnostic testing really tells you what key areas to focus on. Because what good is a review without knowing what you're going to review, what to specify. So, for example, once you take the diagnostic testing, you will be assigned whatever you need. Let's say, for example, that elementary algebra is your problem. Then the elementary algebra will be assigned to you so that you can review that. let's say, for example, that you take the math assessment and you're good with everything except going into geometry and statistics, then that is the only thing that's going to be assigned to you. You don't have to go back and review, the algebra. So the importance of the diagnostic testing, especially for our early college high school students and our dual credit students, is very important because they don't need to review something that they don't need. The boot camps are for the TSI and the TEAS prep testing. They're very intensive and engaging, so they're not recommended for students who are testing for the first time. If you're testing for the very first time, we recommend that you use the Edgenuity to prepare for the test, and if needed, then attend a boot camp after you have tested. Our boot camps, because they're very intensive and they're fast, they usually last 3 to 5 days. Are only meant for students who are a few points away from placing into college level. The health occupation students use these boot camps to rank higher into their program. So not necessarily because they're not college ready, they have already placed college ready, but because they are competing against other students for a ranking place, they use the boot camps to help them rank a little bit higher. Our Edgenuity courseware is free, it's self-paced, and has had great reviews from students. The Edgenuity is something that we have been using for the last 3 to 4 years. Before that, when prep started, it wasn't even called prep before. It was called just the Title V program. But we used to use Plato, and Plato did its job, for many years. But it was time for us to move forward into something more interactive, something more modern. And so we were able to purchase licenses for our Compass software. Compass was very, very good. It helped a lot of people. But then Compass got bought out by Edgenuity. And Edgenuity will be used, I guess, for the future, because it is a very interactive program. It has helped us a lot, and one of the greatest things is that we have unlimited licensing. So that's why we're able to offer this tutorials not only to our students enrolled at EPCC, but also to students that are enrolled in high school and early college high school, or are planning to enroll in the dual credit programs. As long as the student has an EPCC student ID number, they're able to use it. So with the unlimited licensing, it has opened up our doors to all the school districts in the area and beyond. So as long as you have an EPCC student ID number, you can use our Edgenuity courseware. And now I'm going to go ahead and move away from the presentation to show you what a student sees when they use the Edgenuity courseware. So I'm going to share my login. Don't worry, I mean, you can't use it because you won't see my login. Okay, so hopefully you'll see that I'm logging in.
You got it.
To my Edgenuity. So this is what the student sees when they receive our login instructions. You have a student login, you have a username, which is usually the student's ID number. We have to create an account for the student. Okay, so you can't just go in and log in with your student ID number and you'll have an account. No, we have to create the account for you because we have to assign whatever it is that you need. So once the student logs in, when the student logs in for the first time, they will watch a video showing them instructions on how to use the program. Because it is a long video, I'm not going to go over that. But here I've already watched the video, the instructions on how to use the program, how to navigate the lessons. But basically, I have assigned a lot of lessons to myself here. So this is my student account. For students who are enrolled in developmental courses or even college level courses and want additional help, but they don't have the time to go to the tutorial services, or they don't have the time to log in and talk to one of the tutors, or maybe the tutor for that specific subject is not available. These supplemental courses, for example, the EPCC Math 0305 and Math 1314, those were developed based on the course curriculum and the course syllabus. And so if I want to review Math 0305, I can just go ahead and click on the next activity button, and it will take me from chapter 1 all the way through the rest of the chapters. If I want to review the TSI elementary algebra or the TSI geometry, I can click on the next activity button, and it will take me lesson through lesson. However, what we recommend the students to do is to click on the course title. That way, when they click on the course title, it generates a course map. So you can skip around whatever it is that you need to review. So for example, here I have in geometry, I have congruent figures. We recommend that the student take the quiz before they review the direct instruction, because if they take the quiz and they get an 85 on the quiz, that means that they're ready. They're ready for that activity. They don't need to review that activity, and so they can skip that activity. It will save them some time. But if the student does not get an 85 on that first attempt, then they can always go back and review the direct instruction and take the quiz again. So every chapter or every lesson has 2 attempts for the quiz. One to see where you're at and what it is that you need to review, and then another one to see your improvement after you have reviewed the instruction. If a student needs more than 2 attempts for the quiz, you can always contact the prep advisor handling their case, and more attempts will be added. But that's only on a as needed basis. All of the lessons have 2 quiz attempts. Okay. Now, if we go through the reading tutorials, the reading is one big course. Math is divided into 3 courses: elementary algebra, intermediate algebra, and geometry. Reading is one big course, and this one has, well, all of them have a test at the end, a diagnostic post-test. So with this test, you can see how you improved and if you're ready to go ahead and take the TSI. So once you have finished the whole course, then you can see if you're ready to take the TSI by taking the diagnostic post-test. Before you take the TSI, you already know if you're ready or not. And so a lot of students have asked us, do I have to finish the whole enchilada before I take the TSI? Our recommendation is that you do, because it'll prepare you a lot better. If you don't, then you might miss something that is going to be on the TSI. The TSI is generated at random. You never take the same test twice. And so sometimes, I've heard students say, the TSI had a lot of, main idea, or it had a lot of inferencing, or, whatever it is, whatever the case may be. And if you did not review that, then you might be missing out on that. Okay, so what I would recommend, and what we recommend students, is that they review everything on their lessons. So now let me go back to my home and show you, the rest of the courses that we have available. Like I said, for the TSI math, we have elementary algebra, intermediate algebra, and geometry statistics. For the reading, it's a big course, and for the writing, it's separated into the essay section and the grammar section. Now, for those students who have been away from school for a long time, and most of them come back and they don't remember their math basics or their algebra basics, we have this pre-algebra basics that is it's an ungraded course. So the student goes through it. They do the lessons, the exercises, and it's a very good review for students who are coming back to school that have been away for a long time. This pre-algebra basics is like taking a pre-algebra course in high school or middle school. It shows you integers, decimals, and fractions, and it's a very good course for students who have trouble with math and have been away from school for a while. As far as the TEAS goes, we have the TEAS Science and the TEAS, for example, the biology and the chemistry. We have the TEAS courses available for the nursing students. In conjunction with your TEAS review book, I think they're on edition 6 already. In conjunction with your TEAS 6 and your TEAS boot camps, these TEAS courses will help you to be ready for the TEAS exam. Now, the TEAS is a very expensive exam. It's $100 to take, and so if you're not preparing for it and you're taking it, just like that, without any preparation, you're putting those $100 at risk. And so, if you got money to burn, hey, great. But if you don't, I mean, then, if you're not preparing and you're spending $100 every time to take the TEAS without any preparation, then you're doing yourself a disservice. This will really help you get prepared for that. Okay, so that is a snapshot of our Edgenuity courseware. It's very useful. A lot of students are very happy with it, but like any other self-paced online program, you only get what you put into it. So if you review this thing, 1 hour a week, you're not going to get a lot out of it. If you make yourself a schedule where you consider this as part of your education, part of your classes, or you're reviewing maybe 3 times a week for 2 hours, then that's really going to help you. That's really going to make a difference. But once a week for an hour, you're not really getting into it. You're not, diving into the material. Okay, so let me go back to our PowerPoint. Again, those are just snapshots of what the Edgenuity looks like. Now, how do we reach our students to participate in our boot camps? Well, we have a student load and a student campaign where we call students and let them know, but also with our social media, our Instagram and Facebook pages. If you are not following us yet, follow us. Just look for EPCC Prep on Instagram and Facebook. We post our flyers for the boot camps, and if you see that QR code, if you take a picture of it, the QR code will take you to our online schedule, and that schedule is available for you to view of all our boot camps. We try to post often on social media of when our boot camps are coming up, when registration deadlines are coming up, just to inform students of what's going on with the college. Also, one of the things that students ask, and I don't know if it had been asked in the chat, but is there any cost for the boot camps? Absolutely not. The boot camps are free. The boot camps are taught by faculty from EPCC, and we take care of them. We buy them junk food, and that's how they get paid. Not really, but we take care of them. And student has to pay for the test fee. Unfortunately, you can't get away, from paying that fee. You do have to pay for the test fee. Now that we are using other proctors to help us, proctor and give the test out, you have to pay. The student has to pay, the fees for those third-party vendors. Proctorio for the TEAS and Examity for the TSI. So these are boot camps right now for the moment are being taught through Blackboard or MS Teams. Unfortunately, we're not there yet where we can meet in person, but I know meeting in person is the best way to take a class, but the situation doesn't allow for that. So students will meet through Blackboard Collaborate or MS Teams, and they have the ability to ask questions and take their questions. Now, the best way to participate in a boot camp is to do it in conjunction with your Edgenuity. If you do your Edgenuity, for about 2 weeks before you actually attend the boot camp, you'll be a lot better prepared for the boot camp because you will have questions from your Edgenuity to take to the boot camp faculty. Rosa is asking where she can get access to Edgenuity. You can get access to Edgenuity from any of the prep advisors, and we will give you the links to contact us either through Blackboard or just send us an email. Our email is very easy to remember. It's prep, PREP, @epcc.edu. Okay, so the boot camps are available for math, reading, writing, biology, and chemistry. I'm looking at the schedule, and the next boot camp that's coming up November 2nd through the 5th is for the TEAS, and it's TEAS math, reading, and writing. And also we have TEAS biology, November 2nd through the 6th, and we have chemistry in December the 7th through the 9th. So we try to cover as much as we can, for our students, especially our heroes in the making, our nursing students. We want you out there. We need you out there as soon as possible. And so we're working with faculty in the sciences to help us teach these boot camps so that you are ready to rank into your program. Okay. Now, this is something that we like a lot, given the circumstances. Our tiny URL, you see it in the chat. Thank you, Patricia, for posting that for us. Our tiny URL, if you click on that, it'll take you to our Blackboard Collaborate room. And you can chat with a live advisor from 8 to 5 Monday Friday. You can ask any questions. I mean, anything. If you have a question about financial aid, registration deadlines, all that. If we have the answer, we will share that with you. If we don't have the answer, then we'll do the research so that we can have the answer for you and maybe another student that has the same question. Right now, in the Blackboard, we have Sandra covering for me. So she's online right now. So thank you, Sandra, for doing that. So we take turns. We take turns every week. This week I'll be on Blackboard on Friday. So if you don't have any questions, just come by and visit with me. Even though we can't share coffee and cookies, we can always chat. But if you have questions, definitely visit with us, because that's our job. We love to help students, and whatever we can help you with, we can answer your questions. Okay, and so this is a snapshot of our chat room. We had a couple of students join in, and we had one of our advisors, Renson, and our manager in the Blackboard chat, providing assistance. As you can see, this Blackboard is very effective and very useful, because you can use this to share information and documents. Like we're sharing the presentation right now. We can also share documents with students. For example, this is our continuing education registration form that is required for the students to participate in our boot camps. A lot of students, believe it or not, don't have access to Adobe Acrobat, where you can fill out forms. And so, we can show them how to fill out the form, how to submit it, or we can fill it out for them, and with their permission, we can sign the form to submit to continuing education, so that they can participate in the boot camp. So we can share content. We can share our screen and show students how to navigate. We've had students that have expired their use of Edgenuity, and they want to use it again. So we show them how to log in and all that. Okay, so for immediate assistance, our tiny URL, our Blackboard, is the best way to go. If you just type in tinyurl.com/EPCC prep, that'll take you there. And right now, Sandra is advising on Blackboard. Again, we're available Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, or you can always email us. You can email if you don't know, if you don't have access to Blackboard, if you don't know who your advisor is, and you just want to ask a question. Maybe you forgot your EPC student ID number. Whatever the case may be, you can always send us an email. Our email is prep@epcs.edu. Those emails are looked at immediately as soon as they come in, and we're very, very good at responding to those emails when we get them. If you prefer to go old school and leave us a message, you can always call us at 831-2325, and we'll be able to assist you. Are there any questions so far? Questions? Okay, Luis, anything else you want to add before we say goodbye?
Well, if you are ranking, this is the semester that you need to start. Remember, some of our programs are very, very competitive, and only the top persons are the ones that are going to get in. So do well on your courses and prepare ahead of time. Take time to be able to retest if you don't like the score. If you think you can do better, you have enough time to do it again and do it again. We will have new boot camps starting spring semester. As you know, most of our health occupation programs rank in June, but there are certain programs that rank in March. If you're going for dental hygiene or surgical tech or diagnostic sonography, they rank in March. So do it now. Get ready now. If not, we have until June for the other programs. But again, you need to do the best.
Okay, and then Lucia has a question. Where can we find the ranking dates? The ranking dates can easily be given to you if you contact your program coordinator. I mean, that your best source of information will be your program coordinator or your program counselor.
Program counselor at Rio Grande.
Okay, so make sure that you direct those questions to them. The students, how are students informed in ranking acceptance or not? Luis, can you share?
Yes, usually after the ranking date, they will send the students who make it a certified letter to their home, informing them that they are being accepted to that program that you applied for. So if you don't get a letter, talk to your counselor, see what happened.
Aline Gloria has a question. If someone has already taken the TEAS test and has the results, based on the results, can the prep or tutoring be based on the areas that need improvement? Of course, that is the whole purpose of the tutorials online, is for you to review only what you need. Kind of like the Liberty Mutual insurance.
Yes.
Use only what you need.
Use only what you need.
So let's say, for example, that you receive your results in the TEAS and you were weak in certain areas. You only focus on those areas on Edgenuity. And if you have further questions, then you can take those questions to the faculty at the bootcamp. That way you don't spend time on reviewing something that you already know. So that's a great question, Aline. Thank you.
Yeah, Aline, also one of the bad things about the TEAS is that you have to take the whole thing. It's not like the TSI that if you do well in reading and you don't want to take it again, you can skip that part. You will take the whole TEAS test again, but the purpose is to improve those areas that are low. So take advantage.
Okay, also, if any of you have any family members who are graduating next spring from high school, and they need to take the TSI, make sure that you refer them to us, because the sooner they test and are ready, college ready, the better. We have every year we have an influx of students wanting to use our services, in April or May. And because they're about to graduate and they haven't passed the TSI or a certain section of the TSI. And so, they have graduation in mind, they have prom, they have all these things, in mind. And then the last thing that they remember is, oh, I need to pass my TSI. Have them contact us now. This is a perfect opportunity for them to contact us now to prepare for the TSI and take the TSI before the winter break. That way, during the winter break, if needed, they can review. They have all the time during the winter break. So don't wait until the last minute before graduation to prepare for the TSI again.
Yes, and if you have any friends or know somebody that is returning to school and they tell you, I don't know if I can make it in school because I've never been good in math, just tell them math is just one course in your whole career, your whole degree. And we have excellent tutors that can help you through math. So don't worry about math. It's just one course. If they can do well in reading and writing, they will be able to start their degree plan and focus on math later.
Okay, we have another question from Lucia. Are there evening boot camps? As a matter of fact, there are evening boot camps. We have evening boot camps for writing from 7 to 9 p.m. And we have also math and reading from 5 to 7 p.m. Our wish always is to have more boot camps available in the evening, but we're at the mercy of the scheduling from our faculty who are gracious enough to do these boot camps. I mean, on top of doing their normal classes, they teach these boot camps to help us in helping the students.
Is there any more questions for the prep program? You have our undivided attention. That's no more questions, then I'll go ahead and share about the Tejano passports. I want to personally thank the prep program, Luis, Pablo, and Hector for having a fabulous presentation. It was excellent. We got a lot of wonderful information, and we're grateful that you came to speak with us today. So at this time, I would like to invite you all to join us for Tejano Passports. How it works is each week you join us here at Tejano Virtual Events, and we give you a code at the end of the session that you can use towards your own free medallion. You sign in with your EPCC username and password. If you've already been participating, I just put the code in the chat for you. If not, it's not too late to join. I believe you have until midnight to use this code, so it'll still be good later for when you sign up. I would like everyone to give thanks to Luis and Pablo for their presentation. Maybe we can do an emoji clap in the chat. Thank you so much for being with us today. Awesome. Can you feel that love? What a fantastic audience we have. Next time guitar, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll try to do eruption next time for the finale.
Also, we would like to invite you to join us next week. Let me go ahead and share that program with you. So next week will be, this Friday, we'll be having a presentation on art. And then next Wednesday, we'll have a presentation from CSD, Services, Technology, and Sign, from the Center of Students with Disabilities. So that one should also be an excellent presentation to join us with. I'd also like to remind you that you can watch any of the previous recordings of Tejano virtual events by going to the institution page and scrolling down. It's kind of towards the middle of the page, and you can rewatch the recordings there if you need. I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat too, just in case. And again, if you have any questions at this time, feel free to ask the prep program. You have their undivided attention, and as Lucia says, Friday is the art workshop. Invite your family to watch, as well as next Wednesday is the CSD program. Again, I'd like to thank the prep program for joining us today and our audience for being a fabulous audience. And one last time, in case you are doing Tejano passports, I just put the link in again in the chat, just in case. Lucia would like to remind everyone to be safe, don't let your guard down, use a mask, disinfect, and social distancing. We'd like you to be safe, just like us. Again, we'll be here for about another 4 minutes. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask. You have our undivided attention. All right, with that being said, I'm going to, yes, it is your EPCC login. You're going to put your EPCC email, but just the first part, not the @EPCC, and then your regular password, and you should be able to sign right in. You're welcome. Oh, you're very welcome, Hector. I'm really glad I got to facilitate your session today. You too, Pablo. Y'all did a fantastic job. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.